Hi there, John McAdams here with you. I'm going to very briefly give you some background on that hog hunt you just saw. I'll tell you about the gear that I used, and then we will move on to a whitetail deer hunt that I used this exact same 22 Creedmoor rifle on. So I had a group of 3 hogs regularly hitting a feeder out where I deer hunt in East Texas. There was a big one, a medium one, and a small one. Now they were hitting that feeder early in the morning, so like I like to do, like you saw in another video I posted where I killed a couple hogs with my 22 ARC, I headed up before sunrise and I ambushed those guys in the dark. I used my Horizon Venatic rifle in 22 Creedmoor, sporting a Pulsar XP50 Pro thermal scope with a Banish Backcountry suppressor. I was using Hornady's precision hunter ammunition, shooting an 80 grain ELD-X bullet. Advertised velocity is 3285 feet per second. But I was actually getting about 3,300 feet per second muzzle velocity with this stuff out of my rifle with that suppressor on it. Now, as you saw in the video, I shot the big hog in the group first. He was eating with the medium-sized hog, and the small one was a short distance away. I dropped the big hog instantly, but neither of the other 2 hogs gave me a clear shot at the feeder. They hung around for about a minute, then they moved off together to my right and circled around behind me. I headed that direction though, and I cut them off, which is what you saw in the second clip in the video. The medium-sized hog saw me, ran off, but the smallest one wasn't as fast, and I got a shot at him. That was a rapid, freehand shot at about 25 yards through all that brush. I hit him a little bit too far back, but I still hit both lungs in the process, and he went literally less than 5 yards before tipping over. That other hog ran off, so I got the big hog and the little one in the group, but the medium one escaped. The big hog weighed 175 pounds on the hoof. The little one was 37 pounds. And that other hog probably weighed 75 to 100 pounds, but I'm just guessing. I did not show it in the video, but after I shot the second hog, I shot the big hog a second time on the ground, both for insurance and also just to see how the bullet would perform on a chest shot on a hog that size. He was lying on his left side, so I shot him in his right armpit from above at almost point blank range. Call it 1 yard. That shot completely destroyed his heart and a giant chunk of both lungs and exited out the other side. So I did not recover the bullet for any of these 3 shots. The one at 30 yards through the neck of the big hog, one at 25 yards through the chest of the small hog, and then one at about 1 yard through the chest of the big hog. Okay, now let's move on to my deer hunt. I used this exact rifle and ammo for the deer hunt, but I removed the thermal scope and put a Leupold VX-5HD scope on the rifle for that other hunt. To video it, I put a Trigger Cam 2.1 scope camera on my Leupold scope. Now the Trigger Cam works well in bright light, but it struggles a bit in low light. I could see this deer plain as day with my eyes through the scope, but as you'll see, the video was a little dark and I had to adjust the brightness a bit to make it more visible. Okay, so here's the video of the deer hunt. This was a 110-yard shot on a 2.5-year-old spike cull buck in Central Texas. As you saw in the video, my shot hit that deer in his left armpit, just behind the left shoulder. Due to the shot angle, the bullet punched through the ribs, hit close to the center of the left lung, took off the top of the heart, hit the front of the right lung, exited the ribs, and out the front shoulder on the right side of the animal. In addition to inflicting significant damage to the top of the heart and the quote-unquote plumbing coming off of it, that bullet destroyed the front half of the left lung with about the front third of the right lung. Now, since this bullet hit behind the shoulder, it did not encounter significant resistance other than the hide and the ribs itself. Even so, the soft construction of the ELD-X bullet combined with an impact velocity over 3,000 feet per second resulted in an entrance wound larger than a silver dollar. The bullet made a slightly smaller, though pretty big, exit wound on the right side of the rib cage. The bullet exited through the front of the right shoulder and left a very small exit wound. I can't share them on YouTube, but I did post photos on my Patreon account showing the terminal performance of the 80 grain ELD-X from the 22 Creedmoor on this buck. Click the link in the episode description to learn more and to see photos showing exactly what this bullet did to the vitals of that deer. You don't have to pay anything to see that post. You just need to sign up and support me as a free member. Now, this does align with the performance I have observed from the 80 grain ELD-X out of the 22 Creedmoor in ballistic gel. Watch that video for more detail. But the largest portion of the wound cavity is between the 1.5 and 8 inch marks. That aligns closely with the location of the deer's chest cavity. Now, the more narrow wounds observed on the right side of the chest cavity and the right shoulder of the deer align with what I observed with the more narrow wound track I observed in ballistic gel after the bullet travels a longer distance. Now, it seems like the bullet makes a substantial wound cavity, especially for a .22 caliber cartridge that's just not very long, and the bullet also sheds a lot of mass in the process. It's possible this bullet might not have exited at all with a more traditional broadside through both shoulders shot angle at closer range. But that bullet still inflicted massive damage to the vitals of that deer and to the vitals of both hogs. I'll bet it would still quickly kill a deer or a hog with good shot placement, even if it doesn't exit though. All in all, I am very happy with the performance of the 22 Creedmoor here. I would not hesitate one bit to use it on deer or hogs in the future. And I think it is tough to beat if you want a light recoiling, yet extremely effective deer cartridge. Let me know your experiences with the 22 Creedmoor. Have you used it afield on anything? Coyotes, hogs, deer, something else? Leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you've taken with it, what ammo, what rifle you used. Now, if you like this video and you want more content along these lines, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and click on the link in the episode description or in the pinned comment, or go to thebiggamehuntingblog.com/ebook. Sign up there to get a free ebook I have written on some of my favorite hunting cartridges. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day and good hunting.